Honorable Speaker, as a leadership in the city, we were deeply embarrassed by what happened in Nairobi on Friday. We have lost over 25 people in Nairobi alone. There is more than 4,000 families that have been affected by the flooding. And Honorable Speaker, what we want to say is our deepest condolences to all of those who have lost their loved ones. Our pole to the people who are affected in one way or by the floods. I know there are members here who were stuck on the road. Many Kenyans were stuck on the road overnight. Honorable Speaker, it was deeply, deeply embarrassing. And I said that as part of that leadership, you will hear no excuses from me. Honorable Speaker, it is quite surprising that a member of this House can forget that we have limited roles as senators. And this House knows the work that all of us have done in terms of oversighting of governance. And therefore, if the expectation from anyone in this House is that Senator for Nairobi is responsible for opening drainages, I think it is the height of hypocrisy, Honorable Speaker. Even in our political differences, you should not swing low blows, Honorable Speaker. I have heard various stories, including now we are being told that the city floods because it is built on a swamp. I think we all know, and we have known for all these years, of the problems around the drainage in Nairobi. And we can no longer give stories to the public, Honorable Speaker. We want at this particular moment in time to ensure, Honorable Speaker, that there is a comprehensive review of how this entire city drains so that these things don't happen again. I heard somebody say that the rains are things that we expect. It cannot be a surprise. And we know that it will rain again, including this week. But there are simple measures that can be put in place as we await a comprehensive review of how the city drains to ensure that these things don't happen again. Honorable Speaker, the last time we had flooding of a similar nature, they blamed settlements along the Nairobi rivers. And they kicked out many of our people from those settlements. And we thought that was the solution. But it is clear that these piecemeal interventions are not working. And that therefore, there needs to be a proper audit and review of how the entire city drains. And there's talent in young people, engineers who have done this work in other places who can be able to help us as a city to be able to stem this problem. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, there are simple things that I believe we can put in place as a county administration to help to save lives. For instance, when the meteorological department has told you that there's going to be heavy flooding, why can't we have early warning systems that can require employers to release people early from their offices so that we don't have traffic at those hours when it is raining, Honorable Speaker? Because it can be predicted with some degree of certainty the amount of rainfall we're going to receive on every single day, so that we warn people early to take precaution and to get home as fast as they can before the rains begin for the safety of everybody involved. And I am sure employers in Nairobi would actually cooperate. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to take this opportunity once again to just pass my condolences to everyone who has lost their loved ones. We as the leadership in Nairobi, together with the national government, there's a few things that we believe we can do to assuage the situation, and we'll be doing it both in our individual and corporate capacities to try and extend help to those ones who have been affected. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.